Hi everyone, it's Desiree Caskey back for our third video on creating a virtual classroom. At the beginning of each of these videos I've said, in this video I'm going to show you blah blah blah. And then I get partway through the video and I'm thinking, wow, I'm taking up way too much time, so I stopped the video. So if the introduction doesn't quite match what you were expecting to get in the video, I'll make sure that I name these appropriately so it will make sense to you. I do think you're going to want to watch this video series in order. Hopefully it'll make more sense to you. So in my first video, I talked about what our objective was going to be with this series and the purpose of creating a virtual classroom. And then I showed you a quick little tutorial on how to do an effective Google image search. In my second video, I went back into Google image search and just showed you a couple more tricks in gathering images. And so hopefully you'll be gathering a bunch of images to put into your virtual classroom. In this tutorial, I'm not lying this time. In this tutorial, I'm going to start creating my virtual classroom using Google Slides. Okay, let's turn that camera off. All right, we're going to go into, I'm going to hit escape here so we can see my tabs across the top. We're going to go into Google Drive and we're just going to get a new slide. So I'm going to click on New and go to Google Slide. And the first thing I want to do is make sure that my Google Slide is, well, just like I tell my kids, the first thing I want to do is name my slideshow. So I'm going to call this MSUV Classroom. Okay. The first thing I want to do with my slide is make it blank. I'm just going to close my themes out so I have a little bit more room to work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up here to my toolbar, I'm going to go to Layout, and I'm going to choose the last option, which is blank. I want to start with a nice clean canvas. Now here's where it gets kind of fun. Well, fun or frustrating, you choose. I'm going to add my background. In Google Slides, you can only add your wall or your floor as your background. Everything else becomes an image on top of your background. Just be aware of that. So you want to choose carefully. I'm going to go ahead and click on background, and I'm not going to choose a color. This is super cool. I'm going to choose an image. This is why in our Google search, I didn't say copy the image. I said save the image, because what we're going to do is we're now going to browse to the image that we downloaded as our background. Remember, I was clever and I renamed my image. It says background with window. So I'm going to click on that and I'm going to say open. Let it upload here. And when it's done uploading, I want to say done. And ta-da! Here I have this wall with a nice giant window. Now, you might be thinking, I don't want a wall with a nice giant window. I need room for the rest of my stuff. And that's okay. You can choose a different background. As a matter of fact, sometimes what I do is I come in and I create another blank slide. I just went over to the left-hand side by my plus, and I'm going to choose blank. And I may have downloaded multiple backgrounds for just this reason. Remember, I downloaded that one floor, the natural wood, and it could be used as a background as well. Let's take a look and see. I'm going to say done. That might work. Who knows? Let's try one of these and see what we get. I kind of like this one better, to be honest, because I like the floor. But you might be thinking, good Lord, Desiree, it looks like your classroom is just a corner in a room. Well, this is the cool trick about using images in Google Slides. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go back out and do a Google image search. And I'm going to type in, let's do brick wall background again. Let me go for images. You guys are all familiar with this now. I shouldn't have closed the tab that I had for this, sorry. I'm not going to worry about transparent, but I am going to worry about labeled for reuse. I'm going to find, ooh, I really like that brick wall. It's pretty dark though, isn't it? I'm going to take this brick wall and I'm just going to download it really quickly. And let's take a look at what we can do here. So I'm going to go ahead and say save image as. Red brick wall works for me. I'm going to say save. I'm going to go back. I'm going to add another slide. I'm going to go to background. If you don't know how to do this now, boy, the third time is the charm. So we're going to browse. I love that I can click on the image and see the preview and go, oh, yep, that's the one I wanted. I'm going to click open, let it upload, and say, come on, done. Let's take a look. Ooh, I really like that. Now, what if I wanted to take the floor from this slide and the wall from this slide and make my classroom? Well, here's how that works. This is pretty cool. I'm going to insert this image into my slide, and I'm only going to use part of it. So I'm going to go to the slide whose background I love, by the way, I love, and then I'm going to go to my image button. I'm going to choose upload from computer because I downloaded that natural wood background. I'm going to say open. Oh, that's beautiful. Now, obviously I have stuff in here I don't want. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to double click on the image, click, click, and notice that instead of having handles on my image, I have these little lines. What those are crop lines. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and I'm going to crop out all of the vertical that's in my flooring. I'm even going to go a little bit farther because I don't want that much flooring in my classroom. Notice when I let go, this part of the image is kind of see-through, and then the bottom part of the image is normal. I like it, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up to the top to my crop image button. I'm going to click on it to confirm, and voila. Now I'm going to take this image and I'm going to place it, and I know it's going to go at the bottom of my slide. This is another reason I love using Google Slides. Watch this again. Okay, it's here. I want to put it in the bottom corner. Watch what I get. Yeah, guidelines. So the minute I get it in the corner, I get a red vertical and a red horizontal line. That's super cool, and that helps me a lot. Okay, now we have another problem. My flooring isn't wide enough. But here's what's really cool. I can actually distort this image without too much trouble just because of the pattern that I have here. So I'm going to take this handle, I'm going to drag it. Again, the guidelines are really nice to see. Boom. And now I have, let's just look at this in full screen. I have wood flooring and I have a brick wall. Boom. I have a blank classroom ready to start adding elements to it. Pretty cool, huh? Okay, that is all I'm going to do in this tutorial, because in the next tutorial I will show you why it's important to grab transparent images.